Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're now going to the fourth part of the shiur about Nibur, the Planet X system. We're going to read from the Zohar Kadosh, but before we're going to read from the Zohar, I'm going to give you a small intro. We read, when we learned in the first, second, and third part, I think the second part of my previous lecture about the Planet X system, that we explained from Masechet Brachot, page Nun Tet, that we talked about two stars which Hashem would send, which brought in the Malbu and in the future will bring the catastrophes coming upon us. In the shiur I explained to you guys that the two stars are actually a system of 7 stars. And I'm going to show you guys an example from the Zohar Kadosh to confirm that we're talking about a planetary system of 7 planets and 1 main star of the Nibiru system. Okay? So, everyone, please watch part 1, 2, and 3. Then this lecture will actually make sense. Okay? So, we now go to the Zohar Kadosh, we go to Parashat Shemot. In the sugya called Biat HaMoshiach. Alright, and this is about the days of Messiah, Biat HaMoshiach. Alright, we're going to start with Pirush Tzadik Tet from the Baal Sulam HaKadosh. Ba'u Zmana Ita'er. בזמן ההוא שהתעורר מלך המשיח לצאת מן הגן העדן, מקום ההוא שנקראת כאן ציפור, והתגלה בארץ הגליל. ביום הוא שהמשיח יצאת לשם, יתגנס כל העולם, וכל בני העולם יטבחו בתוך מערות ובקעות שבאבנים, ולא יחשבו נציל. והזמן ההוא כתוב ויבוא במערות צורות ומלחמות אפר מפני פחד השם ומוריד גאונו במקומו לערוץ הארץ. I will say it in English as I usually normally do. When the Messiah will wake up, will, be known from the King Messiah, from the side of Gan Eden, from paradise, from the place called Gan Tzipor. Gan Tzipor is the highest place of Gan Eden, where the Merkavot, the chariots of the Tzadikim, the holy ones, are. Okay, Vidgale ba'aretz Galil. All right, very important. He will start in the north part of the country, in the Galil, the Galilee. Bayom ha'u Moshiach yitzeh lisham. That means he will go out from there, from the Galilee. It gares kol ha'olam. All right, the whole world will be like in a state of war, in a state of catastrophe. All right. וכל בני העולם יטבעו בתוך המערות ובקעות שבאבנים. What does it say? The whole world will try to hide on the stones and in valleys. Valleys and tunnels. Me'arot in tunnels, valleys. Very much close to the conspiracy theory that all the elite have built their own very nice tunnels and bunkers, right? Alright. ולא יחשוב נציל. And they don't know how to be rescued from this. Va'al zman hazeh katuv. Right? So, on the times that it's said that the whole world will see war and fear in front of the eyes of Hashem. Alright, we're going to skip a little bit further. Kuf. ומפני פחד השם זוהו יתגרש כל העולם. ומתהדר גאונה זו מושיח במקומו לערוץ הארץ, הוא כשאר יקום המושיח ויתגלה בארץ הגליל, משום שהוא מקום ראשון שנתחרף בארץ הקדוש על ידי אשור, שמשום זה יתגלל, שם תתחיל לכל המקום, ומשם יתעורר מלחמות הכל העולם. So what does it say? We say it in English again. In front of the fear of Hashem, and the whole world will be like in a catastrophe, in war, in a state of disaster. Itgarez. Sorry, agareza. Agreza, I'm sorry. Geuna zu Moshiach. This is the Messiah, this is the time to Messiah. ומקום מלרוץ הארץ הוא כשיקום המשיח ויתגלה בארץ הגליל. He will start in the land of the Galilee. Alright? משום שהוא מקום ראשון שנתחרף בארץ הקדוש. The first place in the war where the country will be destroyed, sort of. Alright? Aliyat Ashur. Syria? Yeah, Syria. That I will explain in further series, which I will give about Milchemet Gog Magog, which is very much connected to this because these catastrophes will actually knock out the United States. And when the United States will be knocked out, they can't actually help Israel in the war. Ashur, Russia, I will explain that in a further shiur B'Ezrat Hashem. משם יתגלה ושם יתגלח לכל המקום ומשום יתעורר מלחמות הכל עולם. From there, wars will start in the whole world. From there, what we will say, the Third World War will start. Levitar Arba'in. I'm just trying to read from the Pirushim because it's in Hebrew. It's a bit easier for the Hebrew speakers to understand because the Aramaic and the Zohar Kadosh is the Aramaic Yerushalmite, which is pretty difficult to understand. I mean, I can read it, I can explain it, but it's better to read it from the Pirush. It's a bit more exaggerated, more explanations. Sorry for my English. I'm Dutch. I'm sorry. Okay. ואחר 40 יום שעמוד יקום מארץ לשמיים לעיני כל העולם והמשיח יתגלה. יקום מצד המזרח כוכב אחת ומלאת מכל צבעים ושבע כוכבים אחרים מסובבים לכוכב ההוא ועשו עמו מלחמה בכל הצדדים ג' פעם ביום עד 70 יום וכל בני העולם רואים. I will read it from the Aramaic source text as well. לביתר 40 ימין דעמודה יקום מארבעה למשיח לעינהון דכל העלמא ומשיח יתגלה יקום מסתר מזרח וחד כוכבה מלאתה בכל גוונין 70 כוכבין אחרין דסחרינן להו כוכבה ויגיחון ביקר בה בכל סטרין תלת זמנין ביומה עד 70 יומין וכל בני עלמא חמאן. Okay, so what does this say? Alright, let's try to explain this in English again. Alright, after 40 days, when the Messiah will, be known, Itgaleh, when the Messiah will be known, Itgaleh, after 40 days, comes from earth, from heaven to earth, or from earth to heaven, mi'eretz l'shamai la'anai kol ha'olam v'moshiach yitgaleh. So after 40 days, the Messiah will be known. After that period of 40 days is very important. Moshe Rabbeinu went on Mount Sinai, and it took him 40 days to receive the Torah. So every time the day 40 days, it's an important number when it comes to Geulah of Ham Yisrael. Alright? יקום מצד מזרח כוכב אחת מלאת בכל צבעים. Comes from the side of the east, the Mare East, a star which will fill with all kinds of colors. Well, if we see recently the last few years in what we call the days of Nibiru, the sunsets are very red, blue, green. You see very weird colors in the sky, which were never seen throughout the years of known astronomy. Astronomy. Okay, so very weird colors. The star itself, you can actually see it. We're talking today, the 2nd of July, 2020. The star actually you will see coming up from the east, 3:45, plus minus. Yesterday it was 3:37 when it rises on the horizon from the east, seen here from Israel, across the Arava into, if you see the country of Jordan, from there you will see the sunrise of the star. It starts red, turns into orange, turns into more yellowish. Multiple colors. It gives also of multiple colors, this star, which is very important to notice, because the Zohar Kadosh speaks to us about that it's filled with all kinds of colors, and will also fill the sky with many colors, which we can see recently, the last few years, getting more stronger and stronger. Alright? And here comes the clue. וזין כוכבים, 7 כוכבים אחרים מסובבים לכוכב ההוא. 7 other stars circulate, מסובבים, this star. Like I said in my previous shiurim, that's a star system of 7 planets. 7 planets surrounding this single star. Right? One Earth-like planet called Sedna. It has one gas giant, like I explained, from Masechet Brachot, that it looks in the beginning like 2 stars. First 1 star, then 2 stars, and then at the end of the line, when it's fully in the sky, you will actually literally see 7 planets around this star orbiting. Alright, and explain to you guys about the asteroids and everything, which will fall from the sky because of this system crossing the asteroid belt. Which I will later explain in other shiurim, sometimes explain as a charoshet in Hebrew, which is literally a charoshet. Alright. ועשו עמהם מלחמה בכל הצדדים ג' פעמיים ביום עד 70 יום וכל בני העולם רואים. What does this say? That it looks like it will make war with it around it. Well, war with it. If you are a prophet and you will see this happening in the sky, it will literally look like some warlike thing, stars moving around, asteroids, meteoroids, comets, the whole thing. It looks pretty messy, so in the eyes of a prophet, it would be literally looking like a war. And all the sons of man will see it. And this will take about 70 days. So we're talking about a period of just over 2 months that we will see it. Alright? It's a very nice explanation of the Baal Sulam, because the Baal Sulam, he likes to bring it as literally as possible. Okay. We go on. ואותו כוכב עשה עמהם מלחמה בלפידי אש הלהוטים ומנצנצים לכל צד ומחול בהם עד שבועלם אותם בכל ערב וערב וביום חוזר ומוציא אותם. It rises and it gets up. והם עושים מלחמה לעיני כל העולם בכל יום ויום עד 70 יום לאחר 70 יום יתגנס כוכב ההוא ויתגנס משיח עד י"ב חודש וחזור עמוד האש כמוקדם לכן ובאו יתגנס המשיח והעמוד ההוא אינו נראה. Alright, so let's explain this in English again. Well, as good as I can for a Dutchie. Born Dutchie, but I'm a Jew, so I'm an Israeli. Never mind. Never forget the place where you're born and where you were in the Galut. Alright, to remind you where we are now in the Holy Land. As you can see, this beautiful desert right behind me. Very recently moved to this beautiful desert. I love it. It's just beautiful living in a desert. It's the best place, you know, just great air and everything. Abba Toda. Alright, so ואותו כוכב עשה עמהם מלחמה בלפידי אש ולהוטים ומנצנצנים לכל צד. Alright, how are we going to explain this in English? The same star, also אותו כוכב עשה, that makes war with lapidei esh. What is lapidei esh in Hebrew? Lapidei, it's like, it looks like molten metal, like little parts, little rocks falling from the sky, an asteroid rain, like explained to you in a previous shiur, which I explained from Parashat Vayishlach, from the Zohar HaKadosh. Okay, lapidei esh. So it's literally again an explanation two big asteroids in the Atlantic, like explained from Masechet Brachos. And now an asteroid rain, like the Zohar says in Vayislach, how it would rain upon the Egyptians, that how it would be rain on the sons of Edom, Rome, Europe, the Western world, because that's a continuation of the Western world, which I'll explain a bit later, B'Srat Hashem. Okay. Umechol behem. So it looks like an asteroid rain. Very simple. It's gonna be pretty nice on Earth for the ones who actually burned down our Bet HaMikdash, like the Gemara says in Masechet Avodah Zarah and Masechet Brachos. Okay. Umekama behem ad shebola'a otam b'chol erev wa'erev. So it will be swollen every evening and evening, so you won't see it every time. Because just like the sun, it will be visible half a day. Okay? Ubeyom chozer b'motzi otam. So it comes back and it will pull out this asteroid rain in front of our eyes again. Makes a lot of sense if you watched my previous shirim about Nibiru. This is part 4 anyways. B'Srat Hashem. Vehem osim melchama leyanai kol haolam. Again, the whole world will see this. B'chol yom v'yom. Ad sheve'im yom. Till 70 days. Like I said before. La'acher shevim yom. After the 70 days. Itganes ha'kochav hahu. It will go back to its place. Itganes. Go back to its place. Means it will not be an issue anymore, but that was said in Nevi'im. After that, already have killed about 2/3 of the world population, so it's not a pretty sight. Although it will be gone, you know. V'itganesh Moshiach at Yud Bet Chodesh. So the Messiah will hide himself till 12 months. Yud Bet Chodesh, 12 months. V'yachzor amut ha'esh kemokdam lechen. And the pillar of fire and smoke, which were in the days of Moshe Rabbeinu in the first Geulah we had, will return. Will return. The same pillar of fire, which actually pushed away the Egyptians. I personally think it will push away, for a while, King Gog of Magog, which I will... B'Srat Hashem in the Shirim about Gog and Magog I will explain, which I am preparing and will soon. B'Srat Hashem, if Hashem allows me to show you guys this wisdom. V'ba v'itganes ha'Moshiach v'amut hu enu nira. And then the Messiah will hide. And then we won't see this Amut. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see this Amut. It's going to disappear. Then it's going to disappear. I think that's when the Gog and Magog war will start. I'll take a very small break with B'Srat Hashem, just to make sure that I don't make mistakes. Yeah, now I'm going to continue a little bit, going into the Gog and Magog war for just a very little bit, and then I'm going to end this lecture, because then we have to prepare this, because it's more connected to the Gog and Magog war. And for that I need a few Masechtot of the Gemara and a bit more Zohar to go to a deeper explanation, which I don't have right in front of me. So, and I don't want to make this shiur too long for you guys at home. Okay. לאחר י"ב חודשים יעלו את המשיח בתוך עמות ההוא על הרקיע, ושם יתקבל תוקף ויתרת המלכות, וכשהוריד לארץ ויתרש שוב אותו עמות האש כמוקדן לכן לעיני כל העולם, ואחר כך יתגלה המשיח וקפצו עליו עמים רבים ויעשו מלחמות בכל העולם, ובזמן ההוא יתעורר הקדוש ברוך הוא וגברה אותו לכל עמי העולם, ומלך המשיח יהא נודע בכל העולם, וכל מלכי העולם יתעוררו ויתחבר יחד לעשות עמו מלחמה. Alright, So now, very interesting, after 12 months, Yalu et HaMoshiach, Yalu et HaMoshiach, and he will be betoch Amut HaEsh. He will be right in this Amut HaEsh, which was once in the days of Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe Moshiach, Moshiach Moshe. You see the connection? Very interesting. Al HaRekiah. Al HaRekiah. It means on top of the atmosphere. Guys, remember when I gave Shirim about after Devorah? Draw your own conclusions, please. Al HaRekiah. Alright? Ve'shum itkabel tokef ve'etrat HaMalchut. And from there he will get his date and his permission, so to say, for the Malchut. So when he will be on top of the Rekiah, when he will be literally in space from this Amud of Esh, he will get his permission to start his Malchut, to start being king over Israel. V'kishorit la'aretz, and then he will get down to earth. V'yitrashuv oto Amud ha'esh kemukdam lechen. And you again see this pillar of fire. Again, we will see this pillar of fire. Alright? It's very interesting. Le'anai kol ha'olam, but this time the whole world will see it. It was not only the Egyptians in the last time and Ham Israel. No, guys, the whole world will see it. The whole world. Oh, everyone. V'achar kach itgaleh HaMoshiach, and then the Messiah will be known. V'kaptzu alav amim rabim, and many people should try to hurt him, to jump upon him. V'asu melchamot b'kol ha'olam, and they see do wars around the world, the Third World War. ובזמן ההוא יתעורר הקדוש ברוך הוא בגבורותיו לכל עמי העולם. And then Hashem, the Creator, will awaken with all his force on all the peoples of the earth. 2/3 of the world is going to die, guys. ומלך המשיח יהא נודע בכל העולם. And then the Messiah will be known in the world who he is. וכל מלכי העולם יתעוררו ולהתבחר יחד לעשות עמו מלחמה. So all the world, kings of the world will try to fight him together. And why it's going to be that? Because it's said in the Nebuah that כל ישראל תהיה כמו תיבת נוח. That means these catastrophes will not hurt this country. So the whole world will be like sort of jealous. Jealous they will be. But then, because a lot of the people of Israel are not believing and not following the way. Like, only 38% of our people keep Shabbos. Rabbi Yehuda, in Masechet Sanhedrin Daf Tzadik Chet, he asks, Ma'i Mechemet Gog uMagog? What about Mechemet Gog uMagog? Asks Rabbi Yehuda. לענות לו רבי אליעזר, אם עמוסין תשובה, מלחמת גוג ומגוג לא בא עלינו. So what does that say? If the people make tshuva and will get back to Hashem, then the war of Gog of Magog will not hurt us. But in these critical days, we voted for people like Gantz and Lapid. People are total kofrim muchlat, enemies of Hashem. That's what we voted for. Hashem will not forgive us. We made that mistake. You can pray whatever you want, but we made that mistake. We have to correct our mistake, ladies and gentlemen. We voted for absolute evil people. You look Lapid in the face, you look Gantz in his face, you will see an evil, angry person. Not a single happiness in their eyes. You know why? Because they're Erev Rav. Like the Zohar Kadosh says, כל אחד מחמישים יצאו מארץ מצרים אל ערב רב. ואלו לא מצרים הם היה מהעמים שישבו במצרים. The Zohar says 1 out of 50 is Erev Rav, and they weren't Egyptians. They were people who were sitting with us in Egypt. They were also slaves, and they fled with us together. That's called Erev Rav. And they're still with it between us. They're still with us. They say it's the only mistake Moshe Rabbeinu made was that he converted them. And actually allowed these klipot to be part of our people. And people like Gans and Lapid, they are one of them. They have no love of Hashem in themselves. And because we choose those evil people to lead us, we made the mistake. Very sorry to say that, guys. It hurts me. וכמה מפרצי ישראל והתפחו לחזור על הגויים. התפחו לחזור על הגויים. ויבוא עמהם לעשות מלחמה על מלך המשיח. So what does it say? That a part of our people actually join these goyim and fight the Messiah. They will join the goyim. They will actually fight the Messiah. They fight the Messiah, and they will actually, they fight the Messiah because they join the Messiah. The sides of evil. These are people like Gans and Lapid. They're the same filth we talk about. The same filth, the filth of the earth. ויבוא עמהם לעשות מלחמה על מלך המשיח. So they will make war with the Messiah. אז יחושך כל העולם 15 יום, ורבים העם ישראל ימותו לחושך הזה, ועל זה כתוב, הנה החושך יכסה הארץ. So they will join against the Messiah, a part of our people. We have only 18,000 tzaddikim who will join the Messiah. And then the earth will be darkened for 15 days, and a lot of Israel will die in this choshech hazeh, in this darkness. And on this is written, "Va'choshech yichaseh ha'aretz," like it is said, and darkness will cover the face of the earth. I'm gonna end this here for now because I have to get more information about the next stage. I want to explain you. That's the Gog and Magog war, which will happen when the United States will go and Europe will go to their catastrophes, so they won't be able to help us against Russia, which is Magog, Iran, Parsi, and Tuval Meshech, which is Turkey. And that I will explain you guys a bit later, B'Srat Hashem. I still owe you this, guys. But I think I want to get more information, more Masechtot in front of me, so I can give you a straight translation, like I always do. So for now, guys, enjoy this fourth part of Niburu. And to all my faithful watchers, be blessed, be well. May Hashem be with you. And yeah, till next time, guys. Be blessed. May Hashem bless you guys. Bye bye.